Hello, everyone. No community shout out this week. Instead, we unfortunately lost a member of the Transformers creative community. Morgan Lofting passed away. Morgan Lofting in Transformers only had a few incidental roles. Her most notable role within Transformers, once again, was probably Moonracer. Moonracer is one of Elita 1's Autobots, and that's a shame because other than Chromia, she's probably the most famous of Elita 1's Autobots. And everyone on the channel knows I adore Elita 1. I really like the episode The Search for Alpha Trion. So it's a shame that we lost someone who brought a lot of personality to a character who didn't have a lot of lines. Moonracer is still very much remembered, more or less because of Morgan Lofting and the personality she was able to give Moonracer. But Morgan Lofting was a very accomplished voice actor, and Moonstone was just one of the many roles they took on. For most of us, she's probably more recognized as the voice of the Baroness from G.I. Joe. So original G.I. Joe, real American hero, Baroness possibly. Who's the famous villains of G.I. Joe? It's like Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow, Destro, Baroness. That's their Mount Rushmore of Cobra, and it's a shame that we lost the original Baroness. But, of course, these things happen, but we always want to celebrate the artists that we lose, because without them, these things we love would not be what they are today. And that's not just, if they weren't there, it wouldn't have been made. If they weren't there, it wouldn't have been made as well as it was on top of that. And you look at this, Morgan Lofting, like so many great Transformers voice actors, took not a lot of material and gave it so much love and so much attention that Moonracer is now a character that's had a 40-year legacy. And that cannot be overstated. But continuing on with the news, we had a few sightings this week. Well, actually, no, we didn't. We had some third party this week is what I mean. Dr. Wu is going to send out his Triptychon. Keep in mind, this is a Micromaster Triptychon. So he actually looks pretty good. I kind of hope that he redoes Triptychon into maybe being like Overkill. Because you look at it, that looks a lot like Overkill, one of Soundwave's cassettes. We're also seeing that they're going to do Scorponok. Scorponok, I'll be honest, looks a little bit strange in the cube mode. I kind of dig it, though. And then, of course, City and Scorpion mode look pretty solid. And then we're also going to get a Black Zarak. My favorite thing is that this guy's name is going to be Giant Claw. Pretty cool. And then just a handful of official reveals. New Zealand Print is going to be doing a Bumblebee commemorative coin. I'm sure that means something to someone. It's an okay-looking coin. Yes, we're finally getting more images of Missing Link Sunstreaker. What a beautiful boy. I cannot wait for him to come out. There was a little bit of weirdness, though, because they announced who the repaint for Sunstreaker is going to be. It's Cordon. I think that this is a massive missed opportunity. Because when I saw that they were going to be remaking Sunstreaker into Missing Link, my first thought is, do the red. Do Diaclone Sunstreaker, because keep in mind, Diaclone Sunstreaker was the earliest mold made that would be reused for Transformers. He was the original Transformer. Instead, they went with the E-Hobby Deep Cut. I'm sorry, Cordon just does nothing for me. He does even less for me like this. I was hoping for Spin Out. The mold will look so good in red. It's more important as a red figure. And seeing this is just meh. I'm wondering if they're worried that if they made it red, people would have assumed it was Sideswipe. But at the same time, when it comes to Missing Link, you're not making this for people who aren't at least somewhat invested in Transformers. I don't know anyone out there who would know what Missing Link is, but wouldn't know the difference between Sideswipe and Sunstreaker, you know? This is kind of cool. So TV King Magazine is going to get an exclusive figure. It's going to be a redo of Studio Series Mirage in all translucent plastic. So it's kind of an homage to G1 Mirage. Looks pretty cool. That thing is going to break pretty soon. Like, I'm not saying it's going to break as soon as you, like, open the box. It's Probably not going to stay in one piece a lot longer after that, though. But hey, we got the big Megatron that Blockies is doing. People are finally getting these things in hand. And yeah, he just looks great. Look at that head sculpt. It's such a good Megatron head. Cannot wait for this guy. And that's it. So I'm glad that we kind of ended on a Blockies figure, because keep in mind, we have officially kicked off Blocky Holidays. Every single day of December, there's going to be 2 videos a day, and one of those videos is going to be a review on Blockies, because, hey, I want to give a little bit of love to individual figures. I feel like every time people talk about Blockies, it's always just big wave reviews. So go check those out. Keep in mind, I'm Ron Bonda John over on Blue Sky now, so go check that out. And thank you guys very much for watching. Again, I do want us all to just remember the people that we have lost this year. Morgan Lofting is not the first Transformer performer to pass away over the course of 2024. But just keep those performers in mind. Please do, because it's one of those things where if you weren't an A-lister, there's not going to be a lot of news coverage about it, but these were human beings who had families, who had friends. They pass away right around the holidays, and even if we're not personally connected to them, there's also the fact that their legacy is without question. Morgan Lofting really did help shape childhoods and helped shape 2 very important franchises, albeit more G.I. Joe than Transformers, but even still. Just keep all that in mind, and at the end of the day, guys, stay safe, take care, and we'll see what we get up to next time.